Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Bridge, your host of Unhinged Craft Projects. Yay! We're making a giant lollipop for the first half of this video, and maybe some miscellaneous accessories later. We'll see what we have time for and what my brain cells will allow me to do today. It's gonna take me more than just today to do this. Now, I did take this idea a little bit from somebody else I know. They had a giant lollipop for one of their looks, and I was like, I want one of those. I want one. But you know what? Instead of just making it a simple little like lollipop that I walk around with, let's make it harder. But yeah, I used to be in Winter Guard. And so I was thinking, what if I made a lollipop that I could use like a Winter Guard flag and be able to toss it and throw it, all that thing. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to be able to throw it around like a Winter Guard flag. So I got this off of Facebook Marketplace. No, this is definitely not a full-fledged Winter Guard flag. A full-fledged one, full-fledged? What the heck? Is that even a word? Anyway, a full-fledged Winter Guard flag is about 6 foot tall. Now, I cannot afford to get a full 6 foot tall Winter Guard flag. I looked at them. I would love to get a full one eventually, but that's like 60 to 75 bucks. And funny enough, I did actually find somebody selling one for like $10 on Marketplace, and they literally sold it like 20 minutes before I messaged them. So that sucked. But I also found this one the same day, this little practice one, which is about, I want to say 3 feet. I want to say 3. And now that I think about it, maybe this one would be better to start the project off with anyway, because I'm only 5'1". And I don't know how tall this is going to end up after I put the lollipop on the top of it. So this is definitely experimental. Definitely. Now, is this a real flag? I'm not entirely sure. This might be just a baton. But anyway, but whatever. So yeah, it kind of comes off. Yeah, it just looks like it's a piece of PVC pipe, honestly. So this might not even be a real practice flag. It does not matter. It works just fine. Yay. So yes, so we're going to probably have to cut this flag off, or at least the tapes that's holding it. But yes, I'm kind of debating on waiting it a little bit just because I keep yeeting this into oblivion. I am also a pole dancer, so I have mad upper body strength, and this thing doesn't weigh anything. So I might have to like take off one of these ends and like weight it with something or buy weights. Hopefully I don't have to buy anything because I am flat broke right now, as usual. Who isn't? And I do have the lollipop portions. Let me grab those. So potentially this is what the top of the lollipop is going to be made out of. Pool noodles. This is what their lollipop was made out of. And it was just pool noodles. So I was like, I don't want to copy exactly, but that is a good idea. Like this pink color of the noodle though, too bright. Not what I'm going for. So I'm thinking of sanding these just a little bit to give it kind of a rougher surface. And I read online to do that, first of all. Second of all, I also read that if you put a layer of like Mod Podge over it, you can paint the pool noodle. And I just bought Mod Podge as well, so we're going to try that and see if it sticks. Because originally I was just going to spray paint these. And I don't have spray paint. I can't find the right spray paint that won't melt these. FYI, if you're using foam, spray paint will melt it. So I just don't want to risk that. I don't want to have to buy more 90-cent pool noodles because I accidentally melted it with the wrong spray paint. But yeah, so we're just going to eventually, roll these things up. I'm going to try to glue them together so they stay in a circle. I don't know if I should sand it first. We'll figure that out in a second. So in theory, this is going to be in a little like spiral. Potentially both of these are going to be used to make the top bigger because I don't know sizing. And then we're going to try to like stick it on top of here. And like, I'm not just going to like glue it like this. I want to try to carve a hole in it so that I can like, get it down in there. I think it's wide enough. I'm kind of debating on putting glue on the top of this, putting a hole in the finish spiral and like gluing it on there, because I'm afraid that if I don't glue it or attach it heavily while I'm like flipping this around, the top will just fly right off. That's a worry. And like if you're performing, you don't want things falling apart and flying into the crowd. So yeah, that's what we got right now. We're just gonna go ahead and start sanding these things and hope for the best.
All right, here we are. We're outside. Next day. Did not get to this yesterday, but we're outside. We're going to try to sand these and see if that works. I've never sanded a pool noodle before. I don't even know if I have the right sandpaper. Do I really care that much? No. I did break my sandpaper. These are like weird to like sandpaper. There's not a lot of difference to the noodle, but like I'm hoping like, you know, it's enough to make things stick on it. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to bring these inside and like shape them first and then put a layer of Mod Podge over it. Because I'm thinking the Mod Podge would also help the paint I'm going to put on here later stick. Probably already said that, doesn't really matter. Okay, hot glue gun is heating up right now. Pool noodle. This is not the one is this the one I've been? No, this is the one I've already kind of tried to shape. I'm gonna see if I need to like put anything so it doesn't pop immediately back up. We'll see. Let's see if my hot glue gun's ready. Almost, kind of, no. Let's just test. I'm so nervous about this right now. This is gonna take so much hot glue. I didn't even think about that. Oh. See if I just kind of do this first part right here and kind of like hold it, because I'm afraid I might have to like what's it called, get something to tie around it that it stays as it dries. Let's see if it'll do what I want it to. It's looking really weird right now. Like, I don't know if you can see it like kind of bubbling. I'm not sure if this is gonna work. I'm trying to get some glue in here. It's gonna take so much, I think. Oh, maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe there's a better way I could have done this. Cause yeah, it's like, I don't know if you can see it's like bubbling. This looks terrible right now. And it doesn't really want to stick. This might be the worst idea I had so far, but we're gonna try to commit to the bit. Oh yeah, it's not sticking at all. Like I'm making a mess with my brace. I should have taken my brace off first. Wonder if I should just glue straight down, because like I was kind of hoping it would melt the pool noodle a little bit. It's just trying to bounce back. It's starting to kind of stick actually. Okay, hold on. We might be able to do this. Hold on. Maybe if I just kind of put hot glue down the center and roll this up and then put more glue on it. Maybe we'll do it that way. Quite a bit on here. Just keep rolling. Ooh, I touched the glue again. Ooh, that one actually hurts. Like, if it just would stay like this would be fine. Like, this would be cool. It just wants to pop back. And that's not what we need. We need this. This kind of upsets me a little bit, but I can work with that. Like, that's not a problem. I think I'm going to get something to, like, tie this all together. I really just went in here and put as much hot glue as I can. It feels like it's sticking. We also have the yarn wrapped around it to keep it solid. It looks terrible from the side right now. It's going to be painted. I'm not worried. It's feeling like it's doing okay. If you look like really closely, there's like some darker spots where the glue has melted the pool noodle, and I'm hoping that the glue like melts the pool noodle together to really solidify it. So I'm just gonna let this dry for a while, and then I think I'm gonna try to make my job harder and make this a little bigger and connect this pool noodle around. And again, the center part kind of like, I don't like it a lot where it has holes, but I think this is the best I'm going to be able to do with what I have on this first attempt at doing this. Because I might, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to try it again, obviously. But, like, also any future endeavors, because, as I said, I want to make a bigger one of these. So, yeah, letting this dry. Alright, I'm going to shoot. This has been sitting for, like, 30 some odd, 40 minutes. I'm going to cut the string off to see if everything stays into place. And it looks like it did. I'm testing out, pulling on it a little bit, and everything seems to be staying. I'm not going to pull too hard because, like, I really don't want to break it. It's not going to be pulled on. But yeah, that actually looks like it worked. Looks so ugly, like I said before, but we're going to try to glue the other noodle onto the end. But I just realized I unplugged my hot glue gun, so I'm gonna have to re-plug that in real quick. So yeah. Alright, so I'm not really sure how I should do this. Whoopsies! Knocking things off my desk. Should I like... I'm not sure if I should like glue it, let it dry, and then try to shape it. Or if I should just leave it alone, not glue the two ends together, and leave it to modify it later. Because if I don't glue them, there's going to be kind of like that. My cat is on my desk hitting my cookie noodle. You can see him right there. Like, yeah, I think I'm just going to leave that open right there, maybe? Not sure. Not entirely sure. I don't really like that space would be there, but I could modify it to be able to put the you know what I'm talking about? Put the thingy in the thing, you know? The pole into that space so that it would stick. I could do that. My cat is attacking the noodle now. But maybe I can just do that and then just kind of, maybe just like that big and then cut it off at some point. Like not have that be that big. Or what does it look like if I just kind of keep rolling and have that space there? I mean, that seems really big here. We're just gonna, I'm gonna grab the end and see if like that's even, like if that's too big. I literally started speaking and walking away. So like, I mean, that doesn't seem too big to me if I do both poo noodles fully round. It just is gonna have that gap there. And I don't know, maybe I can like fill it in with something, or that could just be where the pole goes. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll start gluing. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, well, that happened again. I'll pick that up in a second. Let's just try to do it this way, because again, I don't want that gap. These aren't fitting very well together. Like, I'm trying to hold it. Oh, I'm just gonna be standing here holding this. Okay, alright. Okay, it's starting to stick. Okay. It's not fully sticking. I'm gonna add some more glue. Oh my gosh. Oh no, it came apart. Okay, yeah, maybe I should do it the other way. The way I said I was going to do it, and then I immediately didn't do it. Maybe I should do it that way, because it's not sticking. It's, like, too, like, floppy on one end. I don't know. It's just, it's breaking the seal. Wow, this hot glue is, like, really, like, melting this noodle real bad. But yeah, look how bad it's, like, melting into the noodle. Oops. Alright, this is what we got. What I ended up having to do is put a crap ton of string on this, tie it all down, and then start hot gluing it. I have like so many blisters forming my fingers because I accidentally hot glued my fingers to things. Again, so I had to go with like this gap. I could not find any duct tape. All we have is packing tape, and that's not going to stick to this. So this is tied down super freaking tight. I realized I also glued this on the wrong side. Don't think it's going to matter much when I put paint on it. It feels like it's starting to stick and stay. Hopefully I can find like something to fill in all these little gaps with, because they're bothering me. I'm out of breath because this, I literally had to like put my knee down on this and like wrap it. And then like I was fighting. We were fighting hard, but we got to this point. So yeah. Hope it all sticks. I think I'm going to do, right before I untie all of it, I think I'm going to do another round of, like, gluing, or maybe see if I can find another stronger glue, because I'm just afraid I did all this work for nothing. But, yeah. Alright, here we are. I just took off all the string wrappings. You can kind of see. Made sure to put that on real tight. Just like it was before, it's not coming apart when I pull on it. I'm not going to pull too hard. But it seems pretty steady. Like, it's doing good. I kind of want to sand it again, but I don't think I really have to. The glue looks absolutely awful. There's these gaps. I don't know what I'm going to fill them with. I don't even know if I should fill that one, because I can put the stick in here. But yeah, we're going to Mod Podge this. I don't know if I should put the Mod Podge on first and let it dry, or if I should work on carving a spot to put the stick. That's the thing. We'll see. I'm going to start carving holes into this and hope I don't wreck it. Took the end off of it, the little stopper, and I just kind of traced it onto here.
I have an X-Acto knife. This is going to be messy. This is going to be so messy. I also discovered, if we come over here, that the pole needs electrical tape further up it, but that's fine. It's fine. Don't mind my mess. This thing just always wants to be on the floor. Yeah. Yep, that's where it's going to go. Glue is drying right now. This actually worked way better than I expected to with this little hole here. So you can see it just filled in a crap ton of hot glue. I'll be putting more hot glue right up here too and kind of wedge that off. But yeah, I just put a ton on here to make this stick. And then this pole will just pop right out. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this dry, maybe add another layer of hot glue. And yeah, and then we're Mod Podging this. We're getting there. This is working better than I expected so far, but you know, we still have time. We still have time for something to screw up. It's been like 2 hours. It still has a little bit of drying left to do. It's in front of a fan. Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of drying. I'm just going to let it sit for maybe another hour or so. Maybe just overnight too, just to make sure the Mod Podge is like dry. Like this looks like it's not, but it is. It's not tacky or anything. Actually, I feel like this is going to work really well to put the paint on the top of it. I'm thinking about doing a lighter pink. I don't know if I'm going to have to base this in white. I'm hoping not. I don't think I am. But yeah, it's going to be... Instead of hot pink, it's going to be light pink and black. So yeah, this is working way better than I thought. Okay, I let this dry overnight, and we're dry now. I mean, it was going to work, but I'm like, yay, it works. But yeah, well, I mean, it's a stick. It's a stick with a pool noodle on it. 2 pool noodles on it, actually. So it was going to work regardless. But yeah, it's holding together really nice. I can pop this part of it out. I just don't want to do that right now. There's definitely a lot of glue in there, but we are actually going to start painting this today. With the Mod Podge and the sanding, this is like really rough, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I have high hopes for the paint staying on this. This is mostly dry. It's still slightly wet, and I want it to be that way right now. I'm going to go in with a little bit darker color and just kind of get some shading in here. I know I don't really have to. That's another project right there, by the way. But like, I don't really have to, but I kind of want to because I have a too much gene. So yeah, we're going to go in there, do some detailing, let it dry again, and then we'll do the rest of the black, like the black stripes I want to do on it. But yeah, okay, shading for the most part is done. I'm going to add highlights, but I want to do the black lines first before I do more highlighting. But yeah, this is doing pretty good right now. It's not like 100% dry in a few areas, but I don't think that's going to cause much of a problem. I'm just like a little nervous drawing the like black spiral lines on here because I'm just afraid I'm going to mess up, but it's paint. I can paint over it. But it's looking so good right now. I'm so happy. I think I'm putting way more than I need to into this paint job, but you know what? It's a vibe. I did all the detail work. You can see that it is wet with something right now. I'm actually forgot to film a bunch, and I'm actually coating this with more Mod Podge to seal it in. But this is glittery Mod Podge, so hopefully when it all dries, it's nothing but glitter. Like, let's see if I can. You can kind of see it there. Kind of found a wet spot of paint there, so I might have to fix that a little bit later. But you can see that there's all glitter in here. So yeah, we're just gonna seal this all in, and then we'll be able to work on the stick and fixing that up. And there's a kitty cat. She's fucking asleep. Got all the Mod Podge. Oh, I forgot to Mod Podge that part. I'll have to do that real quick. But you can kind of see Mod Podge is on. I might have to do another layer of it. It's very glittery. Like extremely so. Way more than I expected it was going to be. There are a few parts like here, like over here somewhere, like right there, where the black paint wasn't quite dry yet, and it got a little messy. I'll go back over those parts. This was already a mistake. That was already there. Mod Podge is a little not smooth because of the noodle underneath. I might try to smooth that out later, but yeah. So that's going to dry down clear and glittery. We're going to see that in a few hours. And then I have to electrical tape the pole to match the bottom half of it. And I think I'm going to put like a bow or something right here. I'm not sure yet. All right, hello. I finally got electrical tape to tape this up, and I'm taping it up really badly. I don't really care that much since no one's really going to know and see it. What's the best way? Oh, I should just do it this way. This is easier than what I was doing. But yeah, just going to tape up my PVC pipe, which, again, I kind of wish this was a metal, like, pole, but it's fine. Honestly, kind of nice to know that this is just a PVC pipe, because, like, I can just go and buy more of these if I want to do different, like, have different sticks. Just like I have different toppers, because, yeah, obviously that's pulled off. Got a little bit of paint on it, but that's fine. But, yeah. Currently I'm wondering if I should, weight the top piece with the pool noodle, like, you know, the little actual lollipop part, because it is extremely light, and I'm just afraid that if I ever want to do any throws with it, it's just going to be way too light, and I'm just going to yeet it into the atmosphere, and that's not what I want to be doing. So I'm debating on weighting it. I'm just not sure how I would do that. I know, like, since there's the hole in the middle of the pool noodle, I could potentially put something in there, but I just don't know what would be heavy enough to, and, like, able to go into that little space and have enough weight to it that'll make a difference. Like, I might experiment with a few things. Not entirely sure. Granted, for, like, a video, no one's really going to know if it's weighted or not, like, but I'd like to at least have that process in here if I decide to do it, you know? Almost done here. Not the best taping, but here we are. But it's way more tape than I needed, but that's okay. Like, not bad at all. Oh god, electrical tape smells so bad. But yeah, I know that was a pretty easy part of the video. It's probably the easiest thing I've done so far.
Okay, here's a test run of the Lollipop. It's not weighted, I never got to do that. I couldn't figure it out. Didn't want to do it. But I did try to throw this, and it did not work, so it will not be thrown.
Alright, here we are, technically in the future from that video. Because that video was filmed about 4 or 5 months ago, and I was just editing now, finally, and realized I never finished it, never showcased the final results, nothing. And I want to get the video done. I sound hoarse because I'm getting over laryngitis, though, so we're just going to have to deal with that. Luckily, it's only less part of the video. But here, let's showcase what this is. Like, here we are in all its glory. It's not damp, not wet. Editing this thing, I realized I did not let this thing dry at all properly. And as you can see, there's like some smear marks that I just never went back over and did. But honestly, this is literally Mod Podge is my favorite thing in the world. I love this stuff. I need to get another, like, bucket of it. Now, as you can see, I have some damage here, like where it flaked off. Now, this was done, that damaged bit was done soon after that last clip you just saw. So I did throw this. I didn't get it on camera, but I threw this just to see if it was possible. I had a feeling it wasn't. And sure enough, I threw it too high. The wind caught it and threw it into some bricks that were lining the side of my yard. So that's where the damage is. So again, if anyone else does this, just be careful if it hits the ground. I think there's like one other small cracked bit somewhere on here. I cannot find it right now. I might be wrong. But nope, right at the top here. So if you look right there. And that was also done with performing. I used this 2 times at this point. And that last bit was because I ran into a door frame with this. So, honestly, durability, amazing. Because this has been in the trunk of my car for a few days. It has been moved around quite a bit. As I said, I performed twice with this. And during one of the performances, it did bounce off my wrist and hit the ground, hit the stage. No damage from that. It was just a brick and a wooden door frame that did it. So, yeah. Now, currently, it is winter where I am now. I think I might have said that, but if I didn't, it's winter time. I don't want to go outside and, like, showcase this or anything like that. I don't have any videos of me performing with it currently. Before I post this video, I do have one more, I'll add it in. It doesn't really matter one way or another. But I will add some photos right now of what it looked like with some of my looks. So, over here will be, this is the first one I did back in, I want to, like, the summer. I think it was June or July. One of two. J month. It was for just like a birthday spooky event. Not my best look, but this is the performance where this thing bounced off my wrist and hit the stage. Over here, I'll put the second performance like look I did with this thing. This one was more what I had envisioned for the Lollipop, because I have to admit I ran out of time the first time around to really make the look what I wanted, because this was fully intended to be for a clown look. But yes, it's pretty fun. I'm definitely using this more. Definitely intending in the future to make other colors of this, because I've repeated it multiple times in this video. This pops off. Yeah, that just flaked off. I don't think I actually popped this off since I made that. So the bottom is definitely going to flake quite a bit over time, but not mad. I'm pretty sure I could just like repaint this, Mod Podge it, and it will be fine. This thing does not feel like it's falling apart anytime soon. So, fun. Things I would do a little differently was definitely would be letting this dry more before I started painting it. Definitely that. I also would probably do a second coat of paint. I only did one layer of every color. I think I should have actually did 2 layers of the pink underneath, because I feel like with the cracking, it might have helped a little bit. Or even done a layer of pink and then Mod Podged it and then another layer of pink, because maybe that would have stopped it from like doing that flaking right there. Or it would have flaked, but it would have flaked to this color underneath, so it wouldn't have mattered. Also, for my hot gluing, I wish I was a little bit more delicate with my hot glue. You can definitely see it through the paint and stuff like that. Like, you can definitely see, like, over here where that's just the hot glue line. You can kind of see a little bit more cracking here for where it hit the ground at some point. So that's what I mean. If I would have probably double layered that and did, like, paint, Mod Podge paint, it probably would not look like that in that cracked area. But as I said before, I can just paint over it. It's not like garbage or anything like that. But yeah, definitely with the hot gluing. A little bit more forethought would have been nice. But like, that's really the only comments I would have. If I did it a second time, it definitely would look better. So I'm happy. So yeah, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe to all those other things. Obviously, subscribe if you want to see more harebrained things that I'm doing craft-wise. Man, I wasn't trying to focus on necessarily costume making, but I just happened to do it a lot this year. So I do have another costume making video in the works currently. That one was also filmed over the summer. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Enjoy yourselves. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Have a nice life if you can right now. Stay safe. You know, all that fun stuff.